What is going on, people of Falcon Falls? I am Deputy Director Lawful Adam of Falcon Falls News Network. Today, we are joined with political analyst and Mayor of Hillsborough, also Senator ReaperRevenant, and joined with one of the biggest frontrunners of the Falcon Falls gubernatorial election, SgtMapleBacon. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Just fine. So we just have a few interesting things that have happened in the community just today. Obviously, your lieutenant governor candidate, the Matthew Roblocks, was permanently removed from the community. Obviously, it doesn't really come as a shock to many people, but it brings the question: you're going to have to pick another candidate to be your lieutenant governor candidate. Have you started the process of looking for a new candidate?
Yeah, I actually have. It's not that easy, really, but I think I've came down to the final pick. That'll be announced later on within the interview. But as of right now, I'd say yeah, I've found a lieutenant governor, and I'm ready to announce him soon.
Good. And so obviously, last night, you had a fiery performance at the gubernatorial debate. You were a force to be reckoned with. You were asking the correct questions, and you were answering Alex's questions perfectly. How do you think that you did personally in that debate?
I think I did pretty well compared to the other candidates. I mean, Easter did a pretty well job as well. Orange, who is possibly one of the most I mean, not most elected, but has the most supporters, did very poorly in my opinion, and I believe many people view it as so. During interview, he'd mostly just be disrespectful, unprofessional, and immature. He'd usually use a statement as Bacon said or as Sergeant Maple Bacon said, which didn't really good have a good look on him. But for myself, I believe that I did very well during the debate, and I think it was a big boost for my campaign.
Anything you want to ask, Reaper?
I do not.
Okay, another question. Obviously, you were just talking about Orange Bear, and obviously they did have a very weak performance. But you didn't. You spoke about East for a second. But you didn't really go into detail. How do you think East did compared to your other opponent, Orange?
He did very well. There were issues in which he didn't answer in time, considering the fact that he had technical difficulties. But I mean, overall, he did pretty well. His answers were pretty nice. He didn't always say as Bacon said. He'd usually have his own statements to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe he was a better competitor than Orange was at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so last night, after the debate. You had a interesting evening as you were had an assassination attempt on you from Kai and Diata, and at the end of their attempt, they said Orange Bear sends his regards. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, Really, I don't want to say that Orange sent him, but there's no evidence against it. Uh, Obviously, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. So with that, I'd usually just remain quiet. I do want to say that there's been two other attempts. Those two other attempts have not been captured. It was the only one time that was being captured.
I mean, do you think that Orange would have a reason to do that, or do you think they're really almost being framed for that?
There is a possibility that he's being framed, but there's also the possibility that it's political rivalry.
hmm Reaper, do you have anything to ask, Sergeant?
Uh, Not currently.
Okay. So obviously, tomorrow the lieutenant governor debate is coming up, and obviously, as at the top of the interview, you still you said that you've obviously found a candidate. You haven't gone public with that yet, uh, but I think us here at FFNN, the public would like to know who exactly have you picked to be your running mate for the fourth time, your fourth pick. Who is that going to be? Do you mind telling us right now, or would you like us to wait and see what happens?
I'd rather say it on the interview. So obviously, as you guys begin to talk about, as we, if I get asked about cabinet picks, etc., I believe I'll bring that topic up. Bring up who I picked for lieutenant governor. But I do want to say it has been quite a weird campaign dropping four, yeah, four lieutenant governors. Or sorry, dropping three and finding the fourth. But this time it's gonna be really interesting, and obviously, I'll wait to share that information.
Okay,
All right, I got a
okay.
couple questions.
Yeah,
Okay,
go.
do you think this new candidate will be an improvement or just keeping your campaign steady?
I believe he will actually be an improvement and a big boost to the campaign itself, as well as a big player within the improvement of the legislative branch.
And why do you say that?
Well, he does have the experience from what I've seen. He comes from a political background, so I do see that the lieutenant governor candidate that I'm about to pick is really qualified for the position.
All right. So, who are your cabinet picks currently?
As of right now, obviously yourself, possibly Department of State Secretary. I do have Eastern as Department of Defense and Developer Jace as Department of Commerce Secretary.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I bring up Eastern, we have made a decision, both him and I, which is that Eastern will be dropping out of the 2020 gubernatorial elections and coming under my campaign as cabinet pick. With that being said, Governor Cameron will be my lieutenant governor upon election.
All right.
That is obviously a very interesting decision. You guys heard it here first. Eastern has officially dropped out of the gubernatorial race. Not something that a lot of us weren't really expecting. How did you and Eastern come to that decision?
Right. So through a conversation, we did see that during the debate, Orange wasn't really interested in doing his best. And obviously Eastern didn't feel as though he'd have a chance, really. And me and Eastern didn't have a great chance against Orange. So by merging our two campaigns, there is a greater possibility, or a higher possibility in this case, that we do actually get to win the elections. Um, with with that being said, Eastern was also very interested in being a part of cabinet with Department of Defense. So he decided to drop out the election and work under my campaign.
So obviously now that you have Cameron Mengetti as your lieutenant governor pick, how do you think they're going to fare in the debate tomorrow against Awesome H Underwood?
I do believe that Cameron will be a great debater at this time, or during the debate. I do hope the best for obviously both candidates. I mean, even though it's a debate, we still got to be friendly here, right?
Yeah, of course. So Orange Bear, as we've stated earlier, has gotten a lot of support, but a lot of he stated in the debate that we obviously have fact checked, that he said in the debate that he has not messaged any employed person in Falcon Falls to be a supporter, and he has actually messaged Sheriff Pineapple Law Roblox 4 to 5 times. He has messaged Rex, a member of FFNN, as well as Shadow, the undersheriff. A lot of people. Why do you think he would have said that during the debate?
Sorry. So the question was, why? Wait,
Yeah,
could you repeat the question?
why would he have lied during the debate about not sending any employed individual in Falcon Falls support messages?
I do not have an answer to that, but I do believe that there's something suspicious going on. Because to
If I
avoid,
may.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My thoughts and opinions are that I think I've stated this in either a campaign channel or thing server that Orange is always up to him, and I applaud him for being so proactive and he's always um he's always up to something. So I think this is going to be really interesting, and I think it should really come to light. So hopefully we can get Orange to comment on this. I'm sure he will. But I think some things are going to come out and people are going to start noticing the flaws. Like I said in after the debate, I said people it just really just showing his flaws in his campaign and his cockiness. So we'll see how it goes.
All right.
So I think that is going to do it for today from Falcon Falls News Network headquarters. Obviously, thank you, political analyst ReaperRevenant. We always enjoy having you on the show, Sergeant MapleBacon. We wish you the best of luck. So remember, Lieutenant Governor debate tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for tuning in to the #1 trusted name in Falcon Falls News. Have a great day.